Right, Isha. Good point. Anyone else? Yeah, Satuti.
COVID-19 has given a hard blow to Indian economy, which was already at risk because of demonetization. Our GDP rate fell half. MSME sectors like tourism, which gave a contribution of 9.2% into our GDP. We have seen that because of the COVID-19, all these sectors have been affected widely. There has been unemployment. Obviously, when there is an unemployment, the demand for products has reduced, because when people don't have money, they are into financial crisis. So obviously it will impact the market. So these are the things that we have seen which have caused an impact on COVID, because of COVID in our finance market. And
Very
obviously then the mortgage rate has also increased, which has led people to think about twice to invest in house plans and etc.
right. Good points, Satuti. Yes, Utkarsh.
Ma'am, I also agree with that panic selling of assets of securities is there in the market, because when we see everyone is pulling the money out, so even we also do the same to get some emergency aid. My second point would be that it is also a point of opportunity for some sectors, like we saw the pharmacy sector and the IT sector, which took a great boom, and that was even a positive point for us instead of the negative ones. And yes, the market went down horribly, but it is taking time and it is going up also. So both things happen.
Right. Anyone else?
Ma'am, also like domestic investors might be, given some kind of, I wrote it down. They might have capacity to invest, because now domestic investors are also being encouraged, because since you said last time that foreign investments pull out, so this also creates like an opportunity for domestic investors to start investing in a large quantity, because it's a possibility that your government might encourage that, because they also have to balance it out.
Right. Okay. Anyone else?
So, ma'am, in the March when the lockdown happened, so basically the money from the stock market get pulled away, and it was pumped into the bond markets because
Safe.
it is more safe and less riskier, and because of the panic situation that happened, and also every company take a hit because of the COVID-19, and especially the company who was directly into the manufacturing, they took a major hit. But whose companies which are into the daily need like HUL and ITC, they took a small hit, but they recovered very fast.
Okay. What do you think happened to the cash flow in the economy, and what do you think? What did the RBI or what did the government do to get back to the previous pre-COVID situation? Anyone?
RBI lowered the interest rate so that more people can take loan and invest in various things and stocks.
May I know who's this? May I know your
Yeah,
name?
Akhilesh.
Yeah, Akhilesh. Can you repeat it again?
I was saying that RBI lowered the interest rate so that more people can take loan through various banking institution, and then use that money to make businesses and invest in stock markets, so that it
Right.
can stimulate the economy and bring it back to its original position.
Good, Akhilesh. Good point. Very good point.
Ma'am, I
Anyone else?
think that the government did a step like they just introduced the 30% tax on the crypto, as most of the people in India and the big businessmen were just investing in the crypto, and due to which there were very less number of investors in the gold market, in the share market and the mutual fund. So they just imposed the tax so that people start just getting out their money from the crypto, and they start investing in the gold or in the housing or like that.
Guys, 1 second. Give me a minute. Yes, guys, sorry for interrupting. Yeah, so someone was saying something.
Ma'am, I was saying that the government just imposed the 30% tax on the crypto. That right now, the most of the people were investing in the crypto, and there were very less number of investors in the share market, in the mutual fund. Or people were putting less money in the as in FD, so the banks were not getting enough interest rate, as people were not saving and putting money in the FD. So they just imposed the taxes so that more number of people just a more number of people the invest their money in the gold and the share markets and all.
Anyone who thinks he or she has a different point, else I'll take it up from here.
That they will export the things from India to
Sorry, I can't hear you.
वो export करे अपनी things को India से बाहर.
How would that help?
Vaccine, like Indian vaccine we have done in the COVID situation.
Okay, but what is your point? How would that help?
हम मार्केट में बूस्ट आएगा अगर गवर्नमेंट के पास कुछ पैसे आएंगे तो इकोनॉमी भी बढ़ेगी.
तो वो वैक्सीन बेचने से गवर्नमेंट के पास थोड़ा ना पैसे आएंगे.
उसके ऊपर टैक्स भी तो लगेगा ना, टैक्स से पैसे तो आएंगे.
So do you think that would be enough?
हम पूरे इंडिया से अगर सारी कंट्रीज में जा रही है तो आई थिंक इट वुड.
Okay. Anyone else?
Ma'am, the
Ma'am, one
government.
more point.
I have a point to add here.
Yeah.
First of all, the RBI decreased the bank rates, basically the rate on which the other banks are getting loan from the RBI. So businesses को थोड़े कम interest rate पे loan मिल पा रहा था. Second point, the RBI and the finance department give liberty to the businesses by increasing the tax limit. Basically थोड़ा time को increase कर दिया था GST returns and income tax returns को fill करने के लिए. So
Right.
people's के पास पैसा था, like they can go to the market and buy the things. So basically demand and supply का game match हो पा रहा था.
Right.
And the third point,
Yeah. Prakhar, go on.
just a second.
Ma'am, one more point. The government started privatizing the government institution. Like they started privatizing the airports. They just sold the Air India to the Tata to get
Yes, ma'am. And
money.
the third point that I was saying is they increased the tax on the oil sector, basically. Majority tax that they have collected from the oil sector.
Okay. So why did you think it was just the oil sector? Why do you think they imposed tax on oil sector?
This could be taken in two ways. Like government is pushing taxes on the oil. Basically, it's a daily need item. So like oil तो भरवाना पड़ेगा ही पड़ेगा, petrol and diesel. तो basically तो daily need का item है, तो like लोग रोज purchase करेंगे. तो इस वजह से taxes उस पे increase कर दिए, तो tax जो revenue आएगा वो थोड़ा ज्यादा आ पाएगा. And second, आप ये भी बोल सकते हो कि government is trying to pushing towards the EV, which is not like ये सिर्फ बात है कि गवर्नमेंट को बोल दो कि पॉजिटिव वे में, बट विच इज
right. Yes, anyone else?
They provided loans to MSMEs without much documentation and the things that they can mortgage. I think that was a very good idea, because it would give a kickstart to the cash inflow, because MSMEs contribute a lot to the GDP. Now MSMEs include the cotton industry, the tourism, and other things. So of course it was a way, it could generate taxes, employment. So I think that was a good thing.
Right. So I'll take it up from here. Now, if you all think collectively, all of you, what you've said, all of you have said one thing in common is that, with any stress coming in the economy, any kind of stress, I would say recession, depression, or COVID, pandemic, or whatever, anything like this coming in an economy, that means that, the cash flow in that economy is, going down and down. Now, why is that so? All of the points have been covered by you, that, it's a game of demand and supply. आपके हाथ में पैसे नहीं, आपकी नौकरी बंद हो गई है, आपको सैलरी नहीं आ रही है, आपके हाथ में पैसे नहीं है, you don't have the purchasing power. So that means your demand for a particular product is going down, right? सो अगर डिमांड कम हो रही है, आप वो चीजें खरीद नहीं रहे हो, मतलब इकोनॉमी में कैश फ्लो कम हो रहा है, इकोनॉमी में कैश फ्लो कम हो रहा है, स्टॉक मार्केट्स में से फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स आर पुलिंग आउट मनी, big time money they are pulling out of the markets. That is why the markets crashed. I explained it to you last time, and that was the ripple effect. When foreign investors started to pull out the major chunks of their money, the prices of the stocks fell down, and that is when it was a ripple effect, and all the individual investors thought that, okay, the markets are going to crash, better take out all your money. Everyone pulled out their money and the markets crashed, right? So that was a game of demand and supply. So again, in case of a stress situation, this is a game of demand and supply in an economy also. Now, what happens is the cash flow goes down. The liquidity in the economy goes down. By liquidity, I mean the cash, the hard cash. रिक्शा वाले भैया को 10 रुपए देने, उसको 100 रुपया देना, उस शॉप पे 1000 रुपया देना. There are, if you come to think of it, every small 10 rupee transaction counts. Now you don't know how many millions, zillions of 10 rupee transactions would be going out every minute in the Indian economy. You all agree with me?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that? That is cash flow in the economy, and if everything comes to a standstill, like a situation of COVID, that means the cash is not flowing in the economy. Number one, liquidity is going down. Now, if everything is going down, the prices of the product, what is going to happen? हर चीज की प्राइस डिमांड है नहीं, सप्लाई भी बंद हो गई है क्योंकि प्रोडक्शन बंद हो गई है. नेसेसिटीज की जो प्राइस है, जो नेसेसिटीज है हमारी, वो तो शूट अप करेंगी बिकॉज उनकी डिमांड तो कम होने नहीं वाली है. बट जो दूसरी चीजें हैं, they are sitting idle, no one's purchasing them, people are running into losses. Now what will people do? They will probably decrease the prices for the initial phase to attract more people to buy. Once that buying starts, then again they start to adjust their prices to the previous level. अभी आपने देखा होगा एक और आफ्टर इफेक्ट कोविड का. You must have heard your parents talking that after COVID महंगाई बहुत ज्यादा हो गई है, सब्जियां बहुत महंगी हो गई हैं, fruit has been expensive, pulses have been expensive, all these things have been very expensive. Why? What is the reason behind it? One, taxes. हर चीज पे taxes बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गए. Taxes क्यों बढ़े? क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट को अपनी भी तो कमाई चाहिए. The government needs revenue, and the taxes is the main point where government earns revenue. सबसे ज्यादा major chunk of revenue गवर्नमेंट को taxes से आता है. अब गवर्नमेंट ने टैक्सेस इंक्रीज कर दिए हर चीज के ऊपर. अभी आई डोंट नो हु सेड, प्रखर सेड और प्रत्युष सेड कि गवर्नमेंट ने ऑयल के ऊपर टैक्सेस इंक्रीज कर दिए हैं. एंड गवर्नमेंट ने अब ऑयल के ऊपर टैक्सेस इंक्रीज कर दिए, मतलब ट्रांसपोर्ट की वैल्यू ज्यादा हो गई है. एवरीथिंग इज लिंक्ड विद ट्रांसपोर्ट. नाउ विद एवरीथिंग बीइंग लिंक्ड टू ट्रांसपोर्ट, हर चीज के 5-5 रुपए बढ़ जाएंगे, right? And that 5 rupees, that 10 rupees makes a difference. Right? So that is where inflation comes into play. इसके कारण इकोनॉमी में इन्फ्लेशन हो रही है. इन्फ्लेशन क्या होता है? जब चीजों की प्राइसेस बढ़ जाए. ईशा, आई एम गोइंग टू कम बैक टू यू. जब चीजों की प्राइसेस बढ़ जाए उसको क्या कहते हैं? उसको इन्फ्लेशन कहते हैं. Now I'm going to get into the technical terms. Now, whenever a stress situation arises, the cash flow goes down. What does the government need to do? Government needs to inject. You give an injection, that is injecting money into the economy. Right? Now, how does the government inject money in the economy? By increasing certain rates. Those are bank rate, repo rates, reverse repo rates. ये सब मैं आपके साथ बाद में डिस्कस करूंगी, अभी नहीं करूंगी, कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे. Right? So now the basic aim of the government for injecting money in the economy is, regulating more money in the economy, increasing the purchasing power of the people in the economy. One is that. Two is, you all said that, government gave a lot of subsidies and easy loans to MSMEs or, these small sector industry. Why giving easy loans to them? Because government wanted them to thrive in the market. After COVID, what the situation was that all the industry was at the brink of vanishing. You all know that. They were on the brink of closing down. To revive them back, only the government can help. No one else can help. So how did the government help? They gave subsidies. They increased the, postponed the date of tax filing. GST की उन्होंने डेट आगे पोस्टपोन कर दी. ये थोड़े थोड़े चेंजेस करके क्या हुआ? Everyone could get out of that, vicious circle of COVID. Are you all with me? Are you all getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Isha, you had a point. I'll come back. Yes, Isha.
No, ma'am, I was just saying yes.
Okay, your hand is raised. Please put your hand down. Your hand is raised. Yes, Prakhar, you raised your hand.
Ma'am, I just want to say that there's one more way to deal with the liquidity is printing more amount of cash. Like the US government, they've printed a lot of dollars during this COVID period.
Exactly, Prakhar. You are right. Now,
But that causes inflation, right? Sometimes.
yeah, so printing money is the last resort which government resorts to. Why? Because, printing money is not, I know machine ne print karni hai, you're not going to do a big thing in it. But when you print money in the economy, there's certain rules and regulations that, you have to have as much money is regulated in the economy. That much money, that much amount of treasury bills, money, gold reserves or bond, or some foreign investments, the government needs to have in hand, the RBI. So RBI is the central bank of a country who prints money. Right? So before printing more money, say suppose today RBI says that I need $30 million in the economy. So, RBI is not going to get up and print money. No, you need to have reserves to support that $30 million. You need to have that much of gold reserve. You need to have that much of securities to back that much of amount of money. So yes, Prakhar, you are right. The government can print money, but that is the last resort in worst to worst case scenario where the government cannot revive back the economy, where the central bank cannot revive back the economy. That is when they start printing money to, increase the cash flow of money in the economy. Right? And this is, to some extent, this is what happened in case of COVID. That is why the government had to print money. And fortunately, our government had enough of, securities and investments to back that printing. Right? If anyone interested, please read through this printing of money. This is a very interesting concept. I find it very interesting. If you all find the time, read through it. Right? So just to conclude this discussion, I would say these are the major pointers which I found are, where you think that the financial system is affected. The first is there is liquidity stress in the economy. By that, I mean the money regulated in the economy is going down. The money in hand with people, the cash in hand with people, or with companies or with government for that matter, goes down. So there is a liquidity crunch in the economy. Now there is deteriorating credit quality. What do I mean by credit quality? By credit quality, I mean is that people are not able to pay back their loans, or people are not able to pay back their bills payable. By bills payable, I mean मैंने किसी से कोई उधारे पकड़े हो या पैसे, whatever you've borrowed, they are not able to pay back that. Why? Because again, everything is linked to money. You don't have money in hand. You don't have cash in hand, or you don't have enough funds in your bank accounts. In other words, there was this plummeted domestic demand and export. By plummeted, I mean super low. डिमांड कम हो गई थी और एक्सपोर्ट्स भी कम हो गए थे. अब एक्सपोर्ट्स क्यों कम हुए थे? क्योंकि हमारी प्रोडक्शन बंद हो गई थी. दैट इज व्हाई हमने एक्सपोर्ट्स भी बंद कर दिए थे. बाहर चीजें एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं, मतलब आई सेल प्रोडक्ट्स इन द इंटरनेशनल मार्केट, वो कम हो गया था. व्हाई? बिकॉज the production was at a halt. Right? Now, the biggest point was pulling out money by foreign investors. All the foreign investors were pulling out money out of the economy. That is why there was a ripple effect and the markets fell. There was a decrease in the money regulated in the economy. And it is a big challenge to preserve financial resilience in such cases in the economy. Why? Because it's difficult for banks it is difficult for RBI to pull out banks out of this big loophole. That is what is financial resilience. It's difficult for RBI to pull all these banks out of this vicious circle. So that's all from my side for how the financial system is impacted in a stress situation. And typically these points are from a COVID perspective as to what happened when COVID struck our economy, COVID struck the world. Any questions, any doubts? I have 2-3 more pointers which I want to discuss with you regarding this session. Yes, please. Any questions? Are we all clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Just wanted to ask, is ELSS a mutual fund the best one to invest because there's a tax deduction according to the income tax 40C?
So, I just can't really say that every ELSS fund is the best to invest in. Yes, it is definitely better than other funds because, you get a tax deduction on it. But there are a lot of ELSS funds who are not performing well. So yes, it gives you an edge over other funds, but you should always see how the fund is performing.
Okay,
So
ma'am, thank you.
yeah. So I wanted to, so these are a few questions which were asked by your batchmates in the previous session as to, we talked about index. Now, there is this thing called index rebalancing technique. So today, if I feel that few of the funds in my index, say suppose in Sensex, now Sensex is a pool of what, 50 funds. Sensex is an index of BSE, which is the pool of top 50 funds traded on BSE. Now, if today, I, as a stock, no, as BSE, I feel that 2-3 of the funds on my index on Sensex are not performing well. So so BSE is not going to change those funds then and there. So there is something called an index rebalancing technique. By index rebalancing, you mean that, they change the stocks who form the part of that particular index, but that happens every quarterly, 6 monthly or yearly. That varies from index to index, right? So that is what is index rebalancing technique. So there is another term called arbitrage. Arbitrage is, when you buy a security on NSE and sell it on BSE or vice versa. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि वैल्यू ऑफ स्टॉक एनएससी पे अलग होगी और बीएससी पे अलग होगी, ऐसा हो सकता है? बताओ।
बहुत माइनर चीज होता है, like 2-3 रुपीस
बहुत माइनर चेंज, that's like a very, very small change. Because if that happens, then it's very easy to earn money. Then you buy a stock from one exchange, sell it on another exchange, and you're going to earn money out of it, right? So that is not possible. So there is just 0.01 or 0.02 rupees of paisa of difference in the money quoted on BSE and NSE. Arbitrage is a technique where you buy and sell securities and you earn money out of it, right? You earn money out of the price difference. It can be on the same exchange or 2 different exchanges, but the same stock, right? So that is what is arbitrage. So that's all from my side for financial system, right? Any other doubts, any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I just have 40 minutes. I wanted to start with this new topic of capital structure. Let me just give me a minute, please. Sorry, capital budgeting. So in our first session, we talked about various financial decisions which we take. Do you all remember we talked about financial decisions? Guys, do you all remember? I can't hear from any one of you, so I don't know if you all are there in the class, or can I hear from any one of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So you all remember what are the various financial decisions? No one remembers. That is sad. Okay. So हमने पहले सेशन में फाइनेंशियल डिसीजंस किए थे, जिसमें हमारा सबसे पहला फाइनेंशियल डिसीजन था कैपिटल बजटिंग. Now let's start with capital budgeting. अगर मैंने आपको आज बोला कि you need to buy a laptop and you have two options, buying an HP laptop worth rupees 35,000 or buying a MacBook Pro, which is worth what, rupees 1.25. Don't worry about the money, money will come. What do you think? Where will you invest? So buying a laptop is an investment. Anyone?
Actually, that
HP.
depends from person to person.
I forget about the snob value. Forget about the Apple tag. Forget about HP. अच्छा चलो Apple को छोड़ो. एक HP का लैपटॉप है 35,000 का और एक HP का बहुत अच्छा लैपटॉप है. I am not very good with this technical stuff. I'm not a techie. एक HP का लैपटॉप है worth rupees 80,000. Which one would you want to buy and how will you come up to that decision?
A 35,000 one.
Why?
Because in technology, new products come up every day. So we can, if we buy an 80,000 laptop, we cannot say that it's worth it, because the features that HP laptop of worth 35,000 will have the same features in HP 80,000, except for a few ones.
Ma'am, you said that that money is gonna come to us, right? Like we don't need to worry about the money thing, right? It is. So I think, everybody, if they're getting the money, they would go for an 80,000 laptop, because obviously they'll have way more. That laptop will have way more features, the processor and everything. So I think if you have the money, go for the 80,000 one. Logically, this should be the approach, right?
I think that depends on my requirement.
Isha, right? No. 1 second, Isha, hold on. Who was talking before Isha?
Ma'am, me, Harmeher.
Harmeher.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Harmeher, I say that you have to invest, you have to take out this money from your savings account. What will you do?
Ma'am, then that's a different issue. You said that the money is going to come to us, then I will invest in an 80,000 laptop. If I have to take it from my own savings that I'm a little cautious about, then I will think twice before investing in an 80,000 laptop.
And what if I say that money is going to be paid by your dad?
Then yeah, I would go for the 80,000 one.
Exactly. So that is what I wanted to hear from you all. Anyway, now I change my question. I say that you have to take out money from your saving account and you have to invest in a laptop. How will you take that decision? Let's think logically in terms of what are you going to earn out of it, how much time you have, how much money, time, effort you're going to invest on it, and take a very logical and reasonable call, because I'm going to cross question you all.
Ma'am, I think it depends on my requirement. Like if I actually, depending if the 80,000 laptop is that expensive because it has a really good gaming console or like amazing sound effects, since I don't need that, I wouldn't need it. But for example, since I'm like doing designing and I'm on Photoshop a lot, so my usual laptop hangs a lot and I need something that is faster and can process better. So if it actually fulfills my requirement, then I would buy the 80,000 one. But if it's not something that I actually need, for example, if I'm just a normal person who just needs to watch videos on my laptop or like browse the internet, so I actually do not need a very high-end or expensive laptop since I won't be using those features at all. But if I'm actually a professional in any of those things, which would actually need a laptop that's expensive, then I would invest in it surely.
So Isha, what will you earn out of it?
Like for example, ma'am, if I have I use Photoshop. For example, if I'm an actual designer instead of like just doing it for pleasure, then I would actually it would save time, and it would actually get it's something that I do. It makes me money, so it would actually save time on that, and it would be better to get the expensive laptop, depending on actual features that it does have.
Right, Isha. Anyone else?
Ma'am, I totally agree with Isha's point. And ma'am, also that laptops and technology at whole are depreciating assets. So it would not be worth to spend that much amount of money and then get 30% less when you resell it, or you try to get a trade on it after some 2-3 years down the line. So I think a cheaper laptop would suffice if your needs are fulfilled by it.
So exactly, what are you all doing while taking this decision? You all are weighing that, do I need this or do I not need this? I am a professional designer, or I just need it for my office work where I need to work on Microsoft Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, or whatever. Now that depends. Or you are a content creator and you need some high-end instruments. If not a content creator, you're a graphic designer, or many professions into it which need a good laptop with some good features, and which would back your work very well. So what are you doing? You are weighing it, and think about it. Somewhere in your mind, you are weighing it in terms of what is it going to give you back. Now that is going to be in terms of money. अभी तो आप लोग सभी पढ़ रहे हो. अगर आप आज जाके अपने डैड को बोलोगे कि Dad, I want to buy a laptop worth rupees 1 lakh, I am sure 90% of your parents are going to say, are you gone nuts? You think 1 lakh rupees is a small amount for a laptop? Because for now, you're just going to use it for your studying part, right? You just need a good laptop with Word, PowerPoint, Excel, good speed, and a good display, right? If I am not wrong, that is what you all want, I believe, right? Later, when you get into your job or you become a professional graphic designer or someone, you would need a very, very high-end laptop. But if you are into a job, you would need a normal laptop जिस पे आपका सारा काम हो सके, सफारी खुल सके, गूगल क्रोम खुल सके, and ऐसी सब चीजें खुल सके, right? So somewhere or the other, you are trying to weigh, you are trying to figure out that which one gives you better returns. Now that returns may be in terms of monetary returns or in terms of quality of work, quality of the product, the quality of the laptop, right? So whenever we talk about decisions like these, where a lot of money is, involved, those are called capital decisions. And these are basically long-term decisions. So mainly whenever you talk about buying a laptop has a life of good, I would say 7-8 years. If used nicely and, delicately, it has a life of 7-8 years. So it's a long-term asset which you have, though it's a depreciating one, definitely. But if it's kept well, it can go a long way with you, right? So let's talk about, capital budgeting is where all the long-term financial decisions are concerned, wherein you invest your money in some long-term assets. Now, what is capital budgeting? It's a firm's decision to invest its funds most efficiently in long-term assets in anticipation of an expected flow of benefits over a series of years. Now, अब इसमें मैंने 3 points highlight किए हुए हैं. सबसे पहला है, you are going to invest your funds in some long-term assets. अब long-term assets में आप तभी invest करोगे अपने पैसे when you know that you are going to fetch some money out of it over some amount of years, right? Now, if I say that, if I give you a situation that you have two projects in hand, project one is worth rupees 1 lakh, is going to give you what, 60,000 rupees a year. That is the return it is going to give you. And this project is going to last for good 5 years. And there is a second project, which is again which again is for rupees 1 lakh. Let me write it down so that I don't forget. So project 2 is again for rupees 1 lakh. The life of the project is 3 years, right? And the return which you're getting out of it is 70,000 rupees a year. Which project will you invest in?
Sorry, ma'am, can you please repeat?
Guys, do you have a paper and a pen? Please take out a paper and a pen. We have a very technical session further. हमने numericals भी करने हैं. Please take out a paper and a pen and a calculator, a scientific calculator. Do you all have that?
Yes, ma'am.
निकाल लो, I give you 1 minute. और अब सभी अपनी वीडियोस ऑन कर लो प्लीज. आप सिर्फ 5 मिनट के लिए अपनी वीडियो ऑन करते हो फिर बंद कर देते हो. I wonder why.
Ma'am, are you still sharing moneycontrol.com as screen sharing, or ma'am, is it stuck?
No, I'm not sharing money control. Are you all seeing money control?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, come on. Why didn't you tell me before? I am... 1 second. Hold on, please. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So this
Yes,
is what...
ma'am.
This is where we are. So write down project 1 and project 2. You have 2 projects on your list. Both the projects require an investment of rupees 1 lakh each. The life of first project is 5 years and the second project is 3 years. And the return which you get out of these projects is project 1 gives you 60,000 rupees a year and project 2 gives you 70,000 rupees a year.
Ma'am, the first one.
Sorry?
Ma'am, I'll take the first project because I'm getting 3 lakh in 5 years and 2,10,000 in 3 years.
So passive. Okay, anyone else? I'll say my point later.
Ma'am, project 2.
And
Okay.
project 2.
Why project 2?
And because the return is more than that of 60,000. I mean, project 1.
Okay.
It requires less amount of time also. We can look into future for more options.
Good. Anyone else?
Second one.
Second one. So who said first in the very start? Anyone who says first one? Anyone who says project 1? Guys, please feel free to come up with your opinion.
Ma'am, project 2 because of the value of money also. Because 5 years is a long time.
Yes, correct. Anyone else? Okay, so everyone says project 2. Yes, it is project 2. Why? Because you're earning more amount of money in a lesser period of time. So if you see the project 1, In 3 years, the project 1 is going to earn you 1,80,000 rupees. Whereas in 3 years, project 2 is going to earn you 2,10,000 rupees. With the same amount of investment, you are earning more money in the same period of time with the second project. So that is why it is going to be project 2. So that is how you are going to pick up various projects. So say suppose when you are in your job or you are in your business for that matter, and you have to pick you have to take one decision, and you have some 3-4 options in front of you. So that is how you're going to analyze them in monetary terms. कि इसमें से मुझे कितनी return मिल रही है. So basically everything works on the basis of return on investment. How much return are you going to get on this basic investment? Now, capital budgeting is an investment decision, right? आपने किसी भी चीज में इन्वेस्ट करना है, लॉन्ग टर्म चीज में इन्वेस्ट करना है, उसको आप कैपिटल बजटिंग डिसीजन बोलते हो. अब now what are the various kinds of capital budgeting decisions? Those are like, you need to expand, you need to buy a new machinery, you need to invest in some property, or you need to invest in some good building, and you need to acquire a new company, you need to modernize, you need to update your machinery, or you need to replace some of your long-term assets. So these are all capital budgeting decisions. Now, this is a cash flow which is happening. This is not any kind of profit. जब भी हम कैपिटल बजटिंग की बात करते हैं, इसमें हम कैश फ्लो की बात करते हैं, हम इसमें अकाउंटिंग प्रॉफिट की बात नहीं करते हैं. अब ये वाला पॉइंट विल बी क्लियरर व्हेन वी स्टार्ट विद द अकाउंट्स मॉड्यूल, बिकॉज आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट अकाउंटिंग प्रॉफिट इन दैट मॉड्यूल, राइट? सो वील कीप दिस पॉइंटर ऑन होल्ड फॉर नाउ. And the last point is increase in firm's value if investments are profitable and adds to the shareholders' wealth. So you would definitely want to pick up an option which you think is more profitable. If it is more profitable, it will increase the shareholders' wealth. It will increase the value of the company because it is more profitable. Company का ज़्यादा अच्छा profit होगा, कंपनी की शेयर्स की प्राइसेस उतनी ज्यादा इंक्रीज होएंगी, और कंपनी की खुद की नेटवर्थ भी उनकी उतनी ही ज्यादा increase होएगी. That is why it is important to take the capital decision very, very carefully. Now, whenever we talk about capital decisions, they are long-term decisions and they involve a lot of money in them, right? And you cannot really say that, okay, आज मैंने ये piece of land खरीद ली है, पसंद सा नहीं आ रहा, कल बेच देती हूँ. No, that is not going to happen. You think that, okay, today I bought a machinery, let me sell it. No, you can't do that. You must have heard your parents say कि गाड़ी शोरूम से बाहर निकली और उसकी वैल्यू लाख रुपया कम हो गई. क्यों बोलते हैं? क्यों बोलते हैं?
कार यूज होगी उसमें.
Depreciation. The moment car leaves the showroom, उसके ऊपर डेप्रिसिएशन लग गई, उसका वेयर एंड टेयर शुरू हो गया, उसकी वैल्यू कम हो गई. सो इफ नेक्स्ट डे यू फील दैट यार गाड़ी पसंद नहीं आ रही, विल यू रियली फील दैट नेक्स्ट डे गाड़ी पसंद नहीं आ रही है, इसकी ड्राइव अच्छी नहीं है, इसको बेच दें? यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू गेट द सेम अमाउंट ऑफ मनी व्हिच यू पेड फॉर इट. नो, यू आर गोइंग टू सेल इट फॉर अ लेसर अमाउंट, एंड दैट इज नॉट जस्ट फॉर द कार, दैट इज फॉर एनीथिंग, राइट? अनलेस एंड अनटिल इट इज पैक्ड. आजकल पैक्ड चीज भी अगर आपने किसी को ऐसे देनी है कि यार मैंने ये 2000 रुपए का पेरे कार्टन का पेन खरीदा था, मेरे को पसंद सा नहीं आ रहा, तू ले ले, तो बोलेगा ठीक है भाई 1000 रुपए का दे दे. तो ये क्या है? दो इट इज नॉट अ लॉन्ग टर्म, इट्स नॉट अ कैपिटल बजटिंग डिसीजन, बट एनीथिंग बॉट एंड सोल्ड लेटर, for anything bought for your use and sold later is always sold at a lesser price. That is, it's a different case in case of all these luxuries like, Rolex watches or diamonds. They are different. I'm talking about basic things, right? So coming back to the importance, capital budgeting decisions, they influences the firm's growth in the long run. because it tells you that it showcases that you're going to earn money in the future with this project. It affects the risk of the firm because a major chunk of your funds are going in this investment. It is commitment of large amount of funds because these are long-term assets. Zyada paise lagenge inme. These are irreversible decisions. Decisions once taken cannot be reversed. You really can't think that, okay, I've purchased a piece of land and I want to sell it the next day. No, that's not possible. Once the decision's taken is taken. And these are certain critical decisions because they have high value and they are irreversible. By critical, I mean कि बहुत ज़्यादा सोच समझ के लेने वाले decisions हैं ये. So the last line I would say is capital budgeting is a process of evaluating investments. You evaluate investments and the huge expenses which are involved to make those investments in order to obtain the best return on investment. So आप एक investment को analyze करते हो on the basis of the money you are going to invest in it. At the end, वो पैसे आपकी जेब से बाहर जा रहे हैं. That is your expense. I would not say really expense. You are investing it somewhere, but again, it's going out of your pocket, right? So whenever money goes out of the pocket, you have to make sure that you make the best out of it, right? You get the best return out of it. So when we talked about the laptop, all of you, at the end, when it was your money involved, you wanted to get the best out of that 80,000 or 30,000 rupees spent on a laptop. You would not want to spend 80,000 where you think 30,000 laptop would do for you. Because वो remaining जो 50,000 है, 80,000 minus 30,000 is 50,000. वो remaining 50,000 के साथ you can do a lot more of other things, right? So by that I mean that in the end, what are you doing is you are trying to make the best out of your investment. You are trying to get the best of return on your investment, right? Are you all with me? Are you all clear to hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is just a glimpse of capital budgeting. Why is this going wrong? Okay, this is the capital budgeting process. So how do you analyze the various projects or the various options on hand or various options which you have in hand? The first point is, you identify the investment opportunities. कि कौन से प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं जिनमें मैं इन्वेस्ट कर सकता हूँ या कौन सी डिफरेंट तरह की मशीनरी है जिनमें मैं इन्वेस्ट कर सकती हूँ, right? Then comes that you evaluate them. Now everyone has their own evaluation criteria. Now the main evaluation criteria would be that how much return I'm getting out of it. मुझे ये मशीन के पैसे कब पूरे होंगे? You understand a concept called break-even point? Do you all understand a concept of break-even point? No, you all don't. Okay. So if I say today that I have started a business wherein I have invested 1 lakh rupee, तो वो 1 लाख रुपया जो मैंने इन्वेस्ट किया है, वो बिजनेस मुझे कितने टाइम स्पैन में वो 1 लाख रुपया कमा के देगा? In how much of time span am I going to recover that 1 lakh rupee, that initial investment which I have made in that business? So suppose my break-even point, now I say that my break-even point for this business comes in 7 months. So by break-even point, what do I mean? That in 7 months, I'm going to recover the initial investment which I made in this business. Now, after 7 months, whatever I earn from this business is my profit, is my gain, right? Is my return on investment. Now, there are various terms which I can use for them: gain, profit, return on investment, right? So you understand the concept of break-even point?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is how you are going to evaluate all your investment proposals. Now, the first and the foremost point would be कि कौन सा बिजनेस आपको जल्दी से जल्दी आपकी इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट रिटर्न करता है. एक बिजनेस ने तो आपको इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट रिकवर करके दे दी 7 मंथ्स में, एक आपको रिकवर करके दे रहा है 1.5 years में. So that is one criteria of evaluating. You would obviously want to invest in a business, which would recover you your initial investment at the earliest. That will be the first and the foremost point. The second point would be the return which is generating for you. अब वो 7 months के बाद वो आपको 10% रिटर्न दे रहा है या 30% रिटर्न दे रहा है या 80% रिटर्न दे रहा है, ठीक है? और जिस प्रोजेक्ट की 1.5 years थी ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट, वो अगर आपको 100% रिटर्न दे रहा है आफ्टर 1.5 years, then I would say that project is better. Your money is going to double. Right? So there are many school of thoughts. There are various ways to, analyze a project. There are various methods which have been formed to analyze a project, which I am going to discuss with you in the coming slides. Now, on the basis of this evaluation, you choose the most profitable investment, which you think is the most profitable and beneficial for you. And then you invest your money in that project. And then after investing your money in that project, you do a performance review of that project. That is this project giving me back the money which I had thought of? Or is this project lagging behind? Do I need to work more on it? So that's how it helps you further in analyzing and comparing your work, right? So there was this. Now, capital budgeting, okay, this I have written. So you have this example in front of you. This is a small 5 minutes activity for you all. Take 5 minutes, jot down your points. Now that you know what a capital budgeting decision is, a phone goes on with you for good 3 to 4 years. Until and unless screen toot gayi ya uska motherboard kharab ho gaya ya phone blackout ho gaya ya something else, keeping all those things on a side. Remember, this phone is going to be, this phone can, a normal mobile phone can be with you for good 3 to 4 years. What would you do in a situation like this?
Ma'am, in my case, I will get the same mobile repair.
Look, all of you all, please don't, give your honest opinion about it as to what you will do in your case. And remember, you have to pay from your pocket money for this. Okay.
In my case, I would definitely go for a new phone because
guys, please speak your name also.
Ma'am, this is Romit.
Yes, Romit. I'm hearing from you for the first time, Romit.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I would definitely go for a new phone. Maybe it is a ज़्यादा पैसे लगेंगे इसमें, but you will get good performance. Maybe आप दोबारा ठीक कराने के बाद वो ठीक चले ना चले.
Okay.
दो महीने में फिर खराब हो जाए, and then you will again spend that money in getting it repaired, which is not a good idea, I guess. So buying a new phone, at least you have the assurance है कि phone चलेगा.
Okay, right, Romit. Anyone else? Parv?
Ma'am, if the phone after getting repaired, if it works perfectly, then I'll be fine, because I will have to pay more for a new phone, and in that, even say I have to sell this phone, so like in the long term, that will be a situation of loss for me.
Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
मैम पुष्पल की साइड.
Yes, Pushpal.
मैम अगर वो फोन, अगर उसका जो रिपेयर है वो अगर महंगा है और फिर उसके ज्यादा पैसे लग रहे हैं, तो मैं नए फोन के लिए जाऊंगा. पर अगर वो मतलब कि 500 और 1000 के बीच में रिपेयर हो रहा है, तो आई थिंक दैट विल बी आई थिंक दैट विल बी मतलब कि वो क्या ऊपर होगा कि अगर खराब ना हो जाए पर ज्यादा लॉस नहीं होगा मुझे, और
Okay.
मैं आगे जा सकता हूँ कि नया फोन ले सकता हूँ कि अगर मुझे लग रहा है कि फिर से खराब हो रहा है, मुझे तंग कर रहा है, तो मैं नया फोन ले सकता हूँ। पर मैं पहले यही देखूंगा कि मैं पहले पुराना ही अगर मेरा ठीक हो रहा है उतने में ही, तो मैं उसके लिए जाऊंगा। और अगर नहीं कि अगर उसका मदरबोर्ड ही जैसे डलना है, कि अगर उसका मदरबोर्ड खराब हो चुका है और मदरबोर्ड ही डलेगा और मान एप्पल का फोन है, तो आई थिंक आई विल गो फॉर अ न्यू सैमसंग फोन rather than to have a motherboard of an iPhone.
Okay. Anyone else?
Ma'am, first of all, that before my like I'll compare the price, the repair price and the new phone price. If the repair price is less than the new price, of course I'll repair it, but I will resell it and I will buy a new phone then, because once the thing gets damaged, then there's no point in working with it.
Right. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
Point.
it happened in real life with me 3 days ago. My phone broke and the repair cost was coming around 8,500 rupees. But the value of phone is only 20,000 rupees. So I bought a new one instead of repairing it as it was very high.
Right. That's almost 50% of
ma'am, 50%
the new
of it.
phone. Yeah. Anyone else?
Ma'am, buying a new phone is way better because like you'll have a guarantee of a year too. Like if you're a careless or reckless user like I am, I mean you get a guarantee for a year if you're breaking it or something. If you get the phone repaired, you don't have any guarantee that it is repaired all the way. And then there's, I mean, if you're like me, obviously, then you will obviously go for a third party repairing because you know that you spend less and you want the phone to work, but you have no guarantee that will work in the end for like 6 months. So I think going for a new phone is like the way better option.
Right. Read through it. This is what you all said, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Indirectly, this is what you all said. Now, again, coming back to your point, what are you all doing in this? You all are figuring out that will an old phone work well? Will it fulfill your needs? If it doesn't, then you will buy a new phone. Or the case of Japteshwar that happened with him, that the repair of that phone is 50% the price of a new phone. Then better go for a new phone. So again, what are you doing in this case? You are again analyzing the return in terms of usage of that phone. It will give you better features. You don't know it will work, it will not work. And if you have the money to buy a new phone, then why not? You're getting a new product. But again, in the end, which new phone are you going to buy? You are going to buy a phone worth rupees 80,000 or you're going to buy a phone worth rupees 20,000? That is again a new topic of discussion. Right? So are we all clear till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I hear from you all, please? Half of you all
Yes,
are on
ma'am.
silent mode.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we call it a day today till here, and I take up the same topic from here tomorrow. We meet 3 to 5 tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and I'll take up the same session from here. And we'll start. I might try to start the next topic also tomorrow. So any doubts, any confusions, please feel free to ask.
Ma'am, you're taking the tomorrow's class.
Yes. Why? What happened?
Okay. Can you just कल की क्लास मंडे कर दो
संडे को 11:30
tomorrow election भी है मैम.
तो इलेक्शन में आपने सुबह सुबह जाके वोट डाला ना, और क्या करना है? दसवीर क्या करना है इलेक्शन में?
हमको एनालिसिस भी करना होता है.
क्या करना होता है?
हम देखना भी पड़ता है.
तो
एक दिन तो
Acha. But guys, how many of you all are willing to take the class tomorrow? Raise your hands, please. I think we'll have a class tomorrow. You all try and join in.
Ma'am,
Sorry?
yes, ma'am, I have one doubt. Ma'am, the following week, are we gonna have offline class or online class?
Yeah, see, for now we are having online for this week, this today and tomorrow, and for the coming week. And after that, I'll let you know. I think we might start with offline.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any questions? Any doubts?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, I have not been receiving the emails with the link for the finance for engineer classes.
Assis, are you in the WhatsApp group?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm same here.
Even I'm not on the group.
Who's the CR of this class?
Yes, ma'am. Utkarsh.
Utkarsh, where are you? Utkarsh,
Ma'am, I
please
have,
share your number. Share your number.
Okay, ma'am. I'll share it to you. You can share it to them.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Or you can just copy the WhatsApp link, group link, and paste it on a chat box.
Yeah, I can do that also. I'm doing that.
Ma'am, one more doubt. Ma'am, what kind of assessment are we gonna have at the end?
That is going to be a surprise.
Okay, ma'am.
I am sorry for being so unpredictable, but for you all to be serious in this course, I have kept it a surprise, and I have myself not yet decided. It's going to be a short assessment, but yes, there's going to be an assessment.
Ma'am, MCQ type.
Hanji?
MCQ type?
It depends. It's going to be an MCQ or a Viva. We'll see. Because I would prefer a Viva, because there I can personally look into every student. Let's see. I'm yet to decide. So I have sent you Utkarsh's number. Why don't you just ping him and he can add you to the group, because I'll have to link my WhatsApp now. So that'll be better you ping him. Utkarsh is the go-to person. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
And whoever is not in the group, please Utkarsh add them. You can just WhatsApp him and he's going to add you in the group. Anything else?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. I'll see you all tomorrow at 3. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.